could be tight. That's what we're thinking. Some part of the foot must land behind. It's okay if he slides over.
Get down there, get down.
That's a no ball.
Oh dear.
That to me is a no ball. I can't see anything behind that line as much as I want him from an Australian point of view. That is a no ball.
I think you're right.
Oh dear.
The fourth official is down on the sideline, telling Rizwan to stay out there, and there's nothing stumps side, bowling stump side of that white line that is of the shoe. So it's all about when it lands.
So it's fine to let and slide over. Let's have a look here from stump cam. That's too tight, probably hard to see from there. And I'm seeing all white line there.
I'm trying to find something behind there, but I just can't.
Ball. It's a no ball.
And it's fine if it's in the air and not touching the ground behind the line, but we'll just wait on the decision here. It's been given out.
Giving him out.
Oh dear.
Wow.
That's interesting. That.
Good evening with another late night with Change of Pace. I am your host, Musad Afzal. With me, I've got the AZ Khwaja with me. Before we start today, I'm going to read out something to you, Khwaja. Article 21.5.2 of the ICC rulebook. The bowler's front foot must land with some part of the foot, whether grounded or raised, on the same side of the imaginary line joining the two middle stumps as the return crease. Behind the popping crease, if the bowler's end umpire is not satisfied that all these three conditions have been met, he or she shall call and signal no ball. Is there any ambiguity in that rule? Did you see any ambiguity in the call that was made today for Mohammad Rizwan's wicket?
Good evening, Musad and all our change of pacers. यार जब ऑस्ट्रेलियन कमेंटेटर्स एम्फेटिकली खुद कह रहे हैं कि यार ये नो बॉल है, और आपको पता है कितने बड़े रोंदू और कितने बड़े होमर्स होते हैं ये ऑस्ट्रेलियंस, तो वो खुद कह रहे हैं कि हमारे साथ हैंड हुआ है, तो फिर तो कोई बात ही नहीं रहेगी ना. That was an absolute shocker.
Nobody from the Australian side, maybe a little bit of Ricky Ponting, but I was listening to Jason Gillespie on air at work. He was absolutely dumbfounded. Brett Lee posting pictures of his foot in front of the line. It's an absolutely delirious decision. I don't know how these umpires make it to elite level. As a Premiership fan, we always talk about referees in England being bad. The umpires are not far off in cricket either. Just a shocking decision with microscopic technology available. I don't know what angle that is a no ball from.
Such a crucial stage of the game. Rizwan was striking the ball well. अच्छी partnership बन रही थी. He was counter-attacking the Australian pacers. और फिर right at the wrong end stage of the game, wicket गिर गई and we were under pressure.
I think Pakistan have lost around 50 to 60 runs just because of that decision.
अब रिजवान से आपको इतनी उम्मीद थी कि वो 100 पार्टनरशिप देगा
यार 80 तक तो खींच गया था ना
यार, लेकिन even the shot he played, वो यार I was so angry. Even Babar played a horrible shot today, but रिजवान you were striking it so well. तुम्हारी ऑन ड्राइव लग रही है, तुम्हारी पुलें लग रही हैं, और फिर तुम अजीबोगरीब पोक कर रहे हो बॉल पे. तुम्हें क्या जरूरत है हर बॉल छेड़ने की यार? समझ से बाहर है आज पाकिस्तान ने क्या किया.
Disappointing today, but it wasn't all too bad for Pakistan when he woke up at 4 a.m. at an ungodly hour here in Dubai, 5 a.m. in Pakistan. They survived to lunch, 75 for no loss. That first wicket partnership, Sean Masood looking gritty as he usually does, and Azhar Ali looked like he was implying himself well, but it came to a quick end with Pakistan losing 4 wickets in quick succession. They ended up at being 95 for 4, Babar Azam throwing it away. Azhar Ali got a good one. They didn't really know if he had to play or leave it.
They got corkers.
Pretty good deliveries to lose your wicket too, but you have to come down to applicability. This was the best opening stand that an overseas team has had at the Gabba in the past 5 years.
Overseas team?
Yeah.
Wow. Yani Shan Masood, Azhar Ali, the least likely suspects. But the discipline outside the off stump was very good. They were very watchful. They waited for the poor deliveries, which were few and far between. But Azhar Ali with those on drives and straight punches was looking very good. He looked in good touch. शान मसूद हमने देखा है कि भाई वो इतना उसके पास शॉट्स नहीं है, बट अपने ऑफ स्टंप के बाहर वो काफ़ी सिक्योर एंड बैक ओवर लेंथ पे वो यूजुअली काफ़ी सिक्योर रहा था. बट देन दैट बाउंसर barrage came after lunch and that got him.
Fahad is on with us. He's saying, I honestly feel like we got robbed, especially after how well Rizwan was timing the ball. It's really sad to see how badly the umpiring standards have fallen this year.
यार और आपके इट्स क्लियर कट के यार नो बॉल है और फिर भी आप लोगों के से डाउटफुल है, वो कहाँ से डाउटफुल है यार, समझ से बाहर है.
There's no doubt about it. To be honest, we put out a tweet from Change of Pace talking about the fact that, okay, an incorrect decision has been made. What was more despicable about the decision is that people were sitting around talking about how there's doubt. There's no doubt. It's a clear no ball, and there's no two cents about it. And if anybody who's watched a remote amount of cricket, it's the first rule you learn.
And this is not the first time a touring team going to Australia has been treated harshly by umpires. India के साथ भी बहुत हैंड हो चुके हैं, हमारे साथ भी हैंड हो चुके हैं. तो यार आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड कि why this keeps happening. आपको मुरली का भी वो वाकया याद होगा in the early 2000s. They called him for throwing and all that controversy.
Well,
so something is always fishy when you're touring Australia.
240 all out Pakistan. It's not the worst score ever. We've seen a lot worse from the team in green caps. Shan Masood 27 of 97. Azhar Ali 39 of 104. We've already talked about them. I want to talk about the first session. I do want to mention this, and I mentioned this last night. We mentioned a few things last night that came up today. The run rate. Now, again, the average run rate at the Gabba is around 4.1. The first session for Pakistan was going at around 2.4 to 2.5. It's
57 for no loss.
57 for no loss till at lunch. That's a lot of overs, well negotiated, but at the end of the day, Khwaja, you could play 5 days of cricket, but it's the runs on the board that matter. If you were going at least 3.5, Pakistan would be 60-70 runs for the better right now.
यार ठीक है, उनके पेसर्स तो हमें पता है, all three are world class bowlers, आप उनको रिस्पेक्ट देना मस्त था, लेकिन Shan Masood was dead batting the ball even against Nathan Lyon with a new ball on a fresh wicket on day one. यार Lyon को तो आप अटैक करो, उसको भी वो बॉल रोक रहा है.
I'm glad you've mentioned this. I'm glad you've mentioned this because I think for Pakistan now, as a modern day test side, it is time to have the conversation about run rate too. You're not going to be able to bat 2 days out at a run rate of less than 2 and not make much of the innings because you're only going to end up with 400 runs across 2 days, and that's just not good enough. You see David Warner come in and score 100 in a session. We talked about it yesterday.
They take the game away from you.
But if that opening session is 57 for no loss, it's not as intimidating for the bowling side as it is if it's 80 for no loss, 90 for no loss, or God forbid, even 100 for no loss. 100 opening stand, that home team is backed up in a corner. Wasiq Sati is joining us saying Naseem will bowl good. What do you guys think? And Reza Ali is echoing him as well. He's saying, call me delusional, but match is still in the balance as long as we don't drop Smith or Warner early, with the emphasis on Naseem and Shaheen going to get wickets.
यार वही है, I said as soon as the day ended, it was not a good day for Pakistan, but it was not the worst day we've ever had.
We've had far worse.
120 all outs, 180 all outs भी हमने बड़े देखे हैं, और उस
we have double-digit scores.
We were on the brink जब तक Naseem Shah didn't give that partnership with Asad Shafiq, who we must credit played a very good innings. ये Asad Shafiq से बहुत rarely हमने देखा कि he takes the onus on himself. Usually he needs some hand holding.
Your one critique of him yesterday was that he's not scoring runs when we need him, and he's done exactly that today. So that's good from him. Wakar 618 saying one of the best starts we had this morning in Australia, but we bottled it up. I still think there's a little bit more to say here from Pakistan. We got 4 days of cricket left, so not all is lost.
We have to talk about Babar Azam. यार ये क्या शॉट खेली, ठीक है आप अभी 2 विकेटें आपकी गिरी हैं, आप थोड़ा चेक तो कर लो. आई अंडरस्टैंड दैट यू वांट टू गो देयर विद इंटेंट एंड इम्पोज योरसेल्फ, लेकिन आप 3-4 बॉलें तो यार थोड़ा यूज टू तो हो जाओ. गेट सम इजी रन्स ऑफ योर पैड्स, वेट फॉर द बैट बॉल. आप पहली बॉल को चेस कर रहे हो और आप की प्लेयर हो, सारा आप पे प्रेशर भी आप पे, हाइप भी आपकी, और आप इतनी ख़राब शॉट खेल के आउट हो रहे हो. दैट वाज honestly sickening to watch.
That's a good point. That takes us directly into session 2, where Pakistan were 75 for no loss. It actually looked like maybe one of Shan or Azhar could have kicked on and maybe made a partnership out of it, but we saw nothing of the sort. Again, wickets falling in clumps, one bringing 2, 75 for 1, 75 for 2, 77 for 3, 78 for 4. Masood, Azhar, Haris, Babar.
Within 4 runs आपकी पूरी टीम ही ढेर होगी, फिर आप बंदा क्या day 1 और Gabba और Brisbane और ये सब, फिर आप क्या fight back?
We've talked about Masood and Azhar getting good deliveries. Although if you are well set after a session of cricket, you need to do a little bit more to lose your wicket. Haris Sohail's wicket, not an incredible delivery either.
उसे बैटिंग ही नहीं हो रही बिल्कुल किसी के खिलाफ, समझ नहीं आ रहा कि उसको प्रॉब्लम क्या है. But and he is a key player for us क्योंकि हमने जो UAE leg में
we've really banked on him.
हाँ, like बाबर आजम के बाद he is one, or you can consider a classy batsman. अब इफ्तिखार भी नया था, वो भी यार अजीब अपनी गिफ्ट कर दी विकेट. नेथन लाइन पे आप आउट हो रहे हो यार. Come on, off spin. Come on, man.
I still remember Mohammad Rizwan's debut test innings where he swept it to deep square. Like, I don't think I've ever been more upset with a dismissal, even though it didn't really change the course of the game. I just thought to myself that there are people in Pakistan, namely Fawad Alam, that are waiting for chances to play for this side for years, for the better part of this decade. And these gentlemen get this opportunity and feel like they have the entitlement to throw it away. That's harsh to see. And I thought I saw a little bit of that in Babar Azam today. I know that we have a lot of eggs in his basket as Pakistan, but he also needs to bring a little value to his red ball wicket. Obviously, with the white ball, he's learned to accelerate at good times, and he's now becoming a T20 batsman that's batting above 130. But that's not what we needed him to do today. He could have let that go, and we've seen that with the great Virat Kohli. He starts extremely slow in Test matches. He lets it go, understands his off stump, and then comes into his own later in the innings. We didn't see Babar do that again. We saw him in the New Zealand series in the UAE, chasing after the one on 6 stump, 7 stump. He's done it again today, and that's just not what elite players do.
And he can learn perfectly from Asad Shafiq's approach. उसने बिल्कुल बैट नहीं उठाया था. He was very sedate and he was very cautious, but he looked to attack the off spin of Nathan Lyon whenever he got a chance. He got some cut shots away, he got some pulls away, and when the opportunity was there against the Pacers, he made full tonk from it.
So Haris and Babar again chasing the balls outside of off stump. You got to do better as
stop chasing those balls.
Yep, you got to don't go after those.
यार अभी हमारे इंटर्न ने highlights लगा दी. I'm honestly gonna throw up. अभी बाबर आजम फिर आउट हो रहा है एक इतनी गंदी स्लैश मार के.
Fahad is saying, let's see if dropping Abbas was worth it. Good to see the spinners getting some reliable turn, though. I did mention on Twitter today, there was a delivery that Marcus Lasagna bowled. A really good leg spin off the pitch. Yeah, it's easier. But
the difference is that जो Lion है and Labuschagne है, they are top spin over spin bowlers, तो उनको वो bounce extra मिलती है और गैबा पे वैसे भी bounce ज़्यादा मिलती है. तो हमने ठीक है अब्बास को ड्रॉप किया. बहुत डिस्कशन हो रही कि यार अब्बास को आपने ड्रॉप कर दिया और ये वो. माई इशू वाज कि अब्बास को आप ड्रॉप करने से ज़्यादा you should be playing 4 pacers because I don't want them to break Naseem Shah's back. He's 16 years old and they're going to make him bowl 15-18 overs in a day.
No, it's just not allowed.
On this pitch,
that's not okay.
Warner, Smith और ये सब यार.
You were telling me something about Mark Waugh speaking to this as well.
Mark Waugh ने अभी ट्वीट किया कि यार आपने अब्बास को नहीं खिलाया. He's a good seam bowler और ये वो सब चीज़ें. But अब देखते हैं. अब यासिर शाह को उन्होंने बैंक किया और यासिर शाह at least came through with the bat. So let's hope he performs with the ball as well.
Yeah, a couple of comments coming in. Faisal Parla, one of our regulars, is saying, if you told me we could get 240 on the first innings at Australia, I would have taken it. So he's quite content.
जो हमारे horror shows हो चुके हैं, definitely 240.
Wasiq is saying Abbas should have played. I think we've echoed those thoughts already. I think we've got a fan of yours, Banglan Imtiaz, who's saying hello to you. And Haris Wakar is saying Haris' form is a big worry. Should be.
उसका footwork completely out of touch है और वो अजीब और गरीब तरीके से out हो रहा है. हालांकि he has good experience of playing in Australia. He played the 2015 World Cup there, did very well there. लेकिन अब अगर वो perform ना करे, then we have many problems to deal with.
We talked about the opening partnership being a positive after those horrible dismissals of Haris, Babar, and Iftikhar. Shafiq came to town.
Order gets blown away like that.
It does. And I'd like to say today, Khwaja, that I think today was an anomaly. I think one of them will score going forward. In fact, I don't expect Sean to hang around as long as he did today, this morning. But I think Babar or even Haris, because we know he has the ability. He's got it in his locker to come out and score runs. So I think one of them will come good. Iftikhar, we saw, obviously T20 is a completely different ball game. But Asad Shafiq and even Mohammad Rizwan were looking good. They were looking really swell.
Absolute belter यार. ये बिल्कुल batting wicket है. It's true bounce. It comes onto the bat. You get full value for your shots. But
first to go between the two was Mohammad Rizwan, 37 off 34 for 4 and 7 fours in that innings. So he was taking it to Nathan Lyon.
Cummins कोई कायदे आज़म ट्रॉफी का बॉलर ऐसे उसको प्यारे चौके मारा था. मैंने कहा finally Rizwan has blossomed. And you know he's the vice captain और थोड़ा his responsibility लेके खेलेगा. But again that stupid poke outside off stump. ठीक है उसको out गलत दिया है. But आप shot भी तो देखो क्या खेल रहे हो यार. आप क्यों उसको poke कर रहे हो ball पे?
Marginal on the call. I mean marginal on the call in terms of it should have been a no ball. But regardless of that, that's a ridiculous shot to play.
Marginal on the call sounds like Pepsi Battle of the Bands.
कोई band का नाम.
Margin of the call.
Margin of the call. They do covers of Adat on their spare time, but
So do we.
That is true. But the point being, if that was a legal delivery, it would have been a really stupid shot from Rizwan.
आप ये इस चीज पे focus करो ना
And
कि
that's just not the way to give away a wicket after you start so strongly.
How did you like that helicopter on drive from Naseem?
We're going to get to that. The highlight of my day, I have to say, I was watching that live. What a beautiful moment for Naseem to come out and bat today. But it wasn't all bad even after Rizwan was given out. Shafiq hung around. We'll talk about his innings after we talk about...
this guy, why does he keep getting out on the new ball? Throughout 10 साल से हम देख रहे हैं यार, he plays well, he looks $1 million और new ball आता है पहले 5 बॉलों में out हो जाता है.
Well, that's because he doesn't play at the top of the order, right? So he always gets done with the second change. So when the second new ball comes around and Shafiq is still around to face it, he usually gives his wicket away.
But you're well set when you're facing it. ना तो इतना तो आप attack करो. Yunus Khan की यही खास बात थी. Why was he good in 4th innings? Because he used to be very good when the second new ball, the 80 over mark, जब भी वो आता था वो कभी out नहीं होता था.
I believe Yunus Khan could have been an opener if you wanted to be. Because he knew
down.
how to play the...
He was a virtual opener. One down अगर आप पाकिस्तान के लिए खेल रहे हो.
Yeah, that is a good point.
15 साल तो
That
आप
is-
तो opener ही हो गए.
That is a good point. Faisal's also asking, how do you think Azhar will captain? We'll get to tomorrow in a bit. I want to talk about the good things about Shafiq's innings. Again, the strike rate wasn't too much to write home about, but he did take it to the spinners, and every single loose delivery he was playing his shots, and that's good to see. The intent was there. We talked about yesterday how Misbah would justify Yasser playing in this squad as a batsman, if not a leg spinner. He's done that today. 28 off 83, really stuck in there.
And he didn't look like getting out until that amazing Yorker from Mitchell Starc.
Not many can pick that out, to be honest. It was almost
that guy
impossible.
Is a beast against the tail. And they were mentioning on commentary he averages 35 against numbers 1 to 7 and 13 against numbers 8 to 11. So he's a pure,
Clean up man. He
Clean
comes
up
in.
man, exactly.
He reminds me of.
He's a closer.
If you remember, if you watched Pulp Fiction, I remember thinking of him when I was watching the game today. The Wolf.
I don't remember
The Wolf is the white man in the suit that comes in to clean up when they murder the man in the garage. So he's
Bruce Willis, I believe.
No, not Bruce, but the other guy. But the point is that Starc is Australia's cleanup man. He comes in and he takes care of what nobody else can do. And he took out Yasser, and obviously Cummins followed with a good delivery to Shafiq. I think Shafiq should have done a little bit more.
अच्छा खासा उनको काबू कर लिया था तीनों को. फिर आपने Cummins, that guy, he has the knack of getting the key wickets for Australia.
Okay,
and he came in and got the ball rolling for them.
Yeah, Faisal is concerned that Harris doesn't carry his batting form into the slips. That is important.
कैरी करता है वो, जहाँ तक मैंने देखा है. और हमने स्लिप्स में भी बिल्कुल सही कह रहा है फैसल के यार, कैच तो हमने छोड़ने ही छोड़ने हैं, और बेचारे नसीम के छोड़ेंगे हम और शाहीन के छोड़ेंगे हम कैच. तो we should mentally prepare ourselves for some very serious heartburn tomorrow.
Before we go on to tomorrow's play, we'll wrap up what happened today. Pakistan have a long tail, a little bit of it wagged today through Yasser Shah. Shaheen Afridi, first ball, edged it to Starc. Can't say much to that. Naseem Shah on drive to Mitchell Starc. 7 off 12 after that boundary. He got more runs than Harris. He got more runs than Babar.
Seriously, man.
Played his heart out today, and it was beautiful to see him coming out. Little Starc was giving him a little smile too after he got the wicket. But again, you can't expect much from the likes of Imran Khan.
Let's see how he goes with the ball,
and Naseem
inshallah.
Shah.
I hope he does well, and I hope that they don't over bowl him and break his back. But that is solely on Misbah's shoulders. अगर कुछ हुआ इस बच्चे को कि आपने किस खुशी में 3 पेसर खिलाए हैं against this दरिंदा Aussie batting lineup in Brisbane, and you've over bowled him, and I hope that they don't abuse this guy's young body and make him suffer from that pressure.
Australia have not lost a test match at the Gabba since 1988. I wasn't even born then.
Yeah.
And Pakistan haven't won a test match in Australia since 1995.
94.
I was 3 years old then. Steve Smith has scored 6,973 runs and needs 27 more to become the 11th Australian player to reach the 7,000 runs milestone. What do Pakistan need to do tomorrow morning to make sure he doesn't reach there?
Yeah, and I think we will create opportunities, but catching will be absolutely key, and especially in the slip cordon. अगर हमने इनको चांसेस दे दिए तो लबुशैन हमने देखा ही बिल्कुल चिपकू है, वो आउट नहीं होता. डेविड वार्नर तो हमें पता है ऑन दी अप पूरी फ्री फ्लोइंग प्लेयर है. ही कैन इजीली टेक द गेम अवे फ्रॉम यू. ही हिट्स द गुड बॉल्स फॉर 4. So that is when you feel that you can't.
We saw that in the T20. He was picking them good. Offside balls were flying into the leg side ropes. So Pakistan will have to be very careful for that. I'm going to channel a little to Karachi.
It will be interesting to see कि मिसबा ने क्या plan create किया हुआ. Hype तो बड़ी create की हुई कि भैया हम स्मिथ को out करेंगे.
And we know that Misbah's the kind of the man who in the UAE had plans for every specific batsman to get him out. Even the likes of Ross Taylor and Kane Williamson. That's why Pakistan were such a force under him in the UAE. I'm going to channel a little Karachi Kings in here. I know you're a Lahore fan, Khwaja, but Dean Jones has come out to say, I have to say, I am a little disappointed that Babar is listed to bat at 6. He should be in Pakistan's top 4.
मैं तो कब से कह रहा हूँ Babar should graduate and bat at 4. He batted at 5 in this game, but he should definitely be batting at 4. You know, एक prestige भी होती है कि आप भाई आपके सबसे बड़े बैट्समैन हो अपनी टीम को और आपको नंबर 4 पे आपको बैटिंग पोजीशन दी हुई जैसे रूट करता है विलियमसन आई थिंक बैट्स एट 3.
That's at 3.
That's even better.
Yeah.
But at 4, minimum 4, he should be batting at 4 in tests.
4 is the optimal position. Smith, Kohli, Root, all bat at 4. And I think Babar is now edging past Root. I think Root's been out of touch for a while now.
यार reputation पे तो आप कर रहे हो लेकिन runs में भी तो करो.
Runs be bothered. Hey, but that is a good point. Tomorrow you're opening. Runs karo. Tomorrow you're opening the bowling with Shaheen
और इमरान ही होगा क्योंकि इमरान की यूटिलिटी सिर्फ न्यू बॉल के साथ है और उसने बर्न्स को आउट भी किया था. he cleaned him up in the warm up game, so hopefully he'll get his line right and clean him up tomorrow early as well.
First session, how many wickets does Pakistan need to get to stay in the game? 50. I guarantee you, I'll tell you this before I wait for your answer, Khwaja, that regardless of if we get wickets or not, Australia will be definitely more than 57 runs because they're going to come out knowing that the Gabba is a quick wicket where they can get runs quickly as well. They're going to be going at a brisk pace at over 4.
Gabba इसलिए तो ऑस्ट्रेलिया कभी हारता नहीं because their batsmen they just climb all over you and they play their way. They play aggressive shots. They don't let you settle into any kind of bowling rhythm. So it will be a tough task, but 240 is a decent handful of runs. So inshallah we can get something.
Faisal is saying we need to get at least 4 wickets in the first session. Goodness me, that would be a
I just hope Naseem Shah has reformed his bowling approach in Australia because he really struggled in the last tour. So he's a key bowler. We'll need 25-30 overs from him. So if he gets his line right and he troubles the Aussies, then inshallah we're on scene.
That is the gamble that Misbah's men.
Because we can rotate around him. We can rotate the pacers.
Yeah.
If he can secure one end, he's at least keeping it tight. 2 ka economy rate.
I do expect Haris to bowl a few if Australia put together a strong partnership.
यार अगर day 2 पे हमें हारिस और इफ्तिखार की ज़रूरत पड़ेगी फिर तो I think we'll have to be worried. Iftikhar I expect him to bowl a bit more. क्योंकि they have a few lefties in their lineup, but hopefully Naseem can 5 for.
I don't see Naseem.
Session में 80 for 5 हो जाएंगे.
You were talking about Naseem Shah before the podcast started today about how we've lacked a hero since Muhammad Amir's 2010 spell in Australia.
Somebody to inspire.
Naseem's got that opportunity tomorrow. I don't see him bowling more than 10 overs in the 90 overs that we've got tomorrow, but hopefully Australia don't last the full 90. And if we can get them out around 220, 210. Pakistan have a chance.
That's way ahead of the game. Even I think even if you've bowled them out for a 100-run lead, I would believe you would have done well.
Okay.
Because it's day 2, it's going to be a batting wicket. If you get them out even for 350, I think you've done a good job.
What is that score? What is that lead that Australia hit and you say to yourself, we're playing for a draw, boys?
नहीं वो तो I think they'll have to go like 200 or 250 lead के भाई you're completely out of the game, but it's only day 2 and they're batting on a fresh wicket. It's going to be a hell of a challenge, but काफ़ी hype बन चुकी है. काफ़ी ऑजीज भी खौफज़दा हैं, वो हमारी बॉलिंग से डरते हैं. And Shaheen Shah को उन्होंने बहुत underplay किया. I even mentioned that yesterday. Shaheen Shah is going to be good on this wicket.
That is a good point. 4 wickets in the first session, I would be happy with just 2 or 3 even.
यार Warner को ही out कर लो यार.
Warner and Smith. If we can get those 2 gentlemen in the hut before lunchtime tomorrow, I think Pakistan will have their tails up, and so will the likes of Naseem and Shaheen. We were talking a lot about Naseem. Shaheen is barely 20 years old here, so he's also a very young fast bowler who hasn't really made his mark in the test series yet.
And
test arena yet.
Shaheen, he got the edge of David Warner a few times in the World Cup, and he even in fact dismissed him in the World Cup.
Also, he was the bowler of the series down in South Africa.
Yeah.
So again, I think with the hype that Naseem has, it's all good, but Pakistan's onus will have to be with Shaheen and Misbah's favorite Imran Khan Senior. That's where the wickets are going to lie.
warm up game में तो 5 विकेटें लिए, 6 विकेटें लिए, अब इधर आके prove करो on the big stage, that if you merited a comeback or not. अब्बास को बिठा दिया, इतनी बातें बनी इस decision पे कि भाई आपने अब्बास आपके जो he averages 20 in test cricket. He bowled probably the greatest spell in the history of UAE's test cricket, that 12 wickets in Abu Dhabi, or 11 wickets it was. So obviously leaving him out was a big call that Misbah has made. And let's hope it pays off.
Before we sign off tonight, it's a short episode because we're back tomorrow. We are Change of Pace Live. We're recapping each day on the test match. Arsalan, I know you've asked about us doing live comms for the test cricket. Hopefully, if we get some time on Saturday, we'll squeeze that in. But right now, the work schedules are piling up. Khwaja, tomorrow, stumps, what's the score going to look like?
Yaar, I don't want to, jinx the Pakistani, but hopefully we'll get within the wickets. Maybe, we'll have them 6 down for around 280 or something like that.
6 down for 280 at the end of the day's play. I'm going to go out on a limb.
Because on this pitch, आप उनके runs रोकना बहुत मुश्किल है यार. I don't see us being able to contain their run flow. But hopefully we'll be in the wickets at least.
235 all out. Pakistan 20 for 2. That's my prediction.
You're expecting us to be batting again?
235 all out. Pakistan 20 for 2. That's the prediction for me. Salman, your comments.
हमारे 2 out भी कर दी.
No, yaar. You really think that you're going to expect Shan Masood to stick around twice in a test match?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Salman, your comment's going to be the last for the evening. भाई मैंने आपको कल ही कहा था हारिस की टीम में जगह नहीं बनती, आप लोग नहीं माने, और ख्वाजा साहब तो कह रहे थे कि बाबर को 4 नंबर पर प्रमोट करो. क्या हो गया यार ख्वाजा?
तो यार आप कब तक उसको प्रोटेक्ट करोगे यार? अब आपका अगर वो बड़ा नामी प्लेयर है तो फिर उसको कोई भी बड़ा नामी प्लेयर आके परफॉर्म करो. ये क्या 6-7 में इसको छुपाए रखोगे पूरी जिंदगी? फिर वो असद शफीक बन जाएगा जो 30-40 का मिडलिंग प्लेयर बन जाएगा टेल के साथ खेल खेल के.
फैसल इज सेइंग
टाइम टू ग्रो अप बडी. Fatty.
Faisal is saying, pitch it up, pitch it up, pitch it up. Australia will be 195 all out. Blame it on Sarum is the complete opposite. They've come out and said,
but आप कह रहे हो pitch it up, but Aussies आपने देखो हमें short ball पे bully किया.
That is true. Except
for,
but the problem is, like, you keep saying that we've been bullied, but we've also gifted wickets. Babar, Haris, Rizwan, those were not deliveries that warranted wickets from.
I think Shaheen's जो थोड़ी good length, back of length, it really suits this wicket. And hopefully he'll be within the wickets tomorrow. I think Warner को तो out कर देगा क्योंकि हमने देखा है Warner round the wicket जब broad आ रहा था Ashes में बार-बार out हो रहा था. So that angle is similar to what
that is a good point.
Shaheen bowls. So hopefully he'll get him early.
Blame it on Sarum is the pessimist between us all, saying 300 for 4 at the end of tomorrow's play will be Australia. And Arsalan is saying Azhar and Asad are much better test players than Babar. On current form, I would agree with that. Arsalan, although Azhar is in a bit of a rut. I'll leave you with a positive thought tonight that has nothing to do with Test cricket, Khwaja. I know that it's been a tough day for Pakistan fans, but some silver linings.
Okay day, as 5 out of 10.
We've seen a lot worse.
यार बड़े-बड़े nightmares हम देख चुके हैं. अब ये तो कुछ भी नहीं था.
But before I sign off, we're just going to mention something about the Lahore Qalandars. Tom Banton, 80 runs off 28 deliveries. That's the thought I'll leave you with tonight. The Bants are on. Pakistan are back live tomorrow 4 a.m. And you know they're always more entertaining with ball in hand. Naseem Shah, Shaheen Afridi, Imran Khan Jr., and maybe a little messy action too from over the wicket. We'll see you tomorrow at the close of play, recapping what should be a good day for Pakistan. Until then, thank you for joining us. And pray for Pakistan, as we always say. Goodbye and good night.